G'day, Mark from Mustard Bikes here in the workshop today to show you how to fit one of our CB and CBR650 tail tidies. Now this particular version of the tail tidy fits all the models from 21 onwards. Now you'll see in the workshop today we have a 2025 CBR650. This is also the E-clutch version. So this is the bike we're going to be using today. Now there are some subtle differences between the 21 to 23 model and the 24 onwards. We'll show you those differences as we go through the process. So before we get started, of course we're going to need some tools. This install was filmed with an early release bike. As bike designs are updated and revamped over the years, some aspects of this installation may have changed. Please check our video description below to find out if there are any changes to the installation process shown here. To complete the job, you'll need a Phillips head screwdriver, a small flat blade screwdriver, a 4mm and a 5mm Allen key, an 8mm and a 10mm spanner, a pair of side cutters, and then you'll also need a 12mm spanner, or in our case, we've used a socket and a ratchet. In the box, you'll find a bolt pack along with the card that led you to this video and a number of other bits and pieces. And then in amongst all these packing peanuts, wrapped in paper, you'll find two arms. There's the second one, along with the main part of the Fender Eliminator with the LED bolt attached. The bolt pack consists of 4 cable ties, the link wire that allows you to plug into the OEM harness, 2 indicator spacers, and then 4 bolts and 4 nuts. So now we've got everything together to finish the job. The first thing we're going to do is take our key and remove the pillion seat. Next, use your 5mm Allen key to remove the 2 bolts holding on the rider's seat. While you still have your 5mm Allen key, remove the 2 bolts on either side of the upper fairing, 4 bolts in total. So this is where the 21 to 23 and the 24 onwards models start to diverge. On the 21 to 23 model, all you need to do before you can remove these side panels is still remove one push pin that's located just under here. To remove the push pin, push the center in with a flat blade screwdriver and then pull the whole pin out. On the 24 onwards, we still need to do a little bit of disassembly here before we can get this rear fairing off, starting with removing the battery. When removing the battery, use your Phillips head screwdriver and be sure to disconnect the negative terminal first. On either side of the battery tray, below the frame rail, locate and remove the push pin on either side of the bike. The last 2 push pins to remove are located underneath the toolkit. The last step before we can remove this rear fairing is we need to disconnect it from these front tank fairings here. These panels are quite flexible and you can just pull them out and then pull them apart. So we're now in a position where we can remove this rear fairing. Now on the 21 to 23 CB and CBR650, the rear fairing consists of 2 halves, but the motion for removing these fairings is very similar to this one. Basically, we're going to pull either side outwards and then shift the whole fairing backwards. On the earlier model, obviously you do that on either side separately. At this point, we can locate the wiring that goes to the rear fender. Disconnect the white connector between the orange and the blue connector, as well as the orange and blue connector. Unclip the wiring up until the point that it exits the bike. We can now use our 12mm socket or spanner to remove the 4 bolts holding on the stock fender. So as you're removing this last bolt, just be sure to hold on to the fender so it doesn't fall away. And then remove it from the bike along with the wiring. And so that the unit is then ready to take over the bench where we can start to assemble the fender eliminator. If you're fitting the stock indicators, we're going to have to remove them from this stock fender. If you've got an aftermarket version of our product, you can skip these steps entirely. To disassemble the stock fender, we're going to have to start by removing these 4 bolts here using our 5mm Allen key. We also need to remove this bolt with our 5mm Allen key. And then using our Phillips head screwdriver, the 2 screws at the very end here. And you should then be able to lift this section up and then push it forward. You'll see here this end bit will unclip, and then you can separate the 2 halves as such. We can now remove the indicators. We're just going to start by feeding the wiring out from the side here. And we're just going to take note that this one with the blue plug goes on the right hand side of the bike. We need to remember that for when we install it on the fender eliminator. So to remove the indicator itself, we take our 8mm spanner and we're just going to undo this bolt on the back of the indicator. Then with the bolt removed, you'll see the indicator falls away. And then inside of here, if we push from the back here, you'll find this metal spacer. So that needs to come out. So we then pull that whole indicator out. And the last bit we need to remove is this rubber section here as well. So we just simply pull that out like so. And then of course, we do the same to the other side. Now we have both indicators removed, we can fit them to the fender eliminator. To do that, we're going to need these 2 indicator spacers that came in the kit. We're going to fit those to the rubber grommets. To put them on, we simply feed them in from this side and then push the rubber through. Once we've got it through there, we can then also fit it to the fender eliminator. You can use a small flat blade screwdriver for this, just to help put the rubber through. And then we're going to do the same to the other side. And we can then take the indicator and start to fit that. Now, just remembering that the blue indicator goes on the right hand side. So we're going to feed the wire through. The wire goes through the back hole. Pull that one all the way through and then fit the metal keeper plate and then lastly the bolt. And then repeat the process on the other side. The next step in assembling the tail tidy is to fit the arms, and you'll notice there's a left and a right hand side. To do this, you'll also need the nuts and bolts that came in the kit. Now, when we do this, there is a difference between the 21 to 23 and the 24 onwards. If you're fitting this product to a 21 to 23, you need to make sure that this arm goes on top of the main fender like such. If you're fitting it to a 24 model onwards, you need to go underneath. So we're fitting it to a 24 onwards, so we're going to go underneath. We take one of the bolts and fit it through these holes here. Line those up. And then on the other side, fit one of these nylock nuts. And of course we do the same in the other hole. We could then use our 4mm Allen key and our 10mm spanner to do those up. And of course, we repeat that process on the other side. So again, because this is a 24 onwards, we're going to go underneath. The last thing to do before we can fit the tail tidy to the bike is to tidy up the wiring. So we're going to unravel the LED bolt here. And then we're going to pull that bolt over to the left-hand side. It's our right hand, but the left-hand side of the bike. Take that indicator wire and the number plate light, and just make sure there's a little bit of a curve in here. And then take one of the cable ties from the kit, and we're going to go through this little hole here, back around and back up. We can then trim that cable tie off with our side cutters. Then there's another set of holes just a little bit further up, so we'll take another cable tie and run those through the two holes as well. Trim that off, and then of course we do the same with the indicator wire on the other side. And with that, the Fender Eliminator is complete. We can take that over to the bike and start fitting it. So now we're back at the bike. We've just rested the tail tidy on the back wheel. We're going to take the wiring and feed it back up through the original wiring holes. We can then lift the tail tidy up into place. We can then take one of the original mounting bolts and just start that through one of the mounting holes. Once the first bolt has started, we can go ahead and start the other three bolts. Once they're all in place, we can tighten them off with our 12mm spanner or socket. With the tail tidy bolted up, connect the link wire to the LED bolt, connecting the colours red to green and black to red. We can then reroute all the wiring back to its original connector block. Reconnect the plugs with the blue going to the blue, the orange to the orange, and the black plug to the remaining white plug. We can now refit the rear fairing. When we do so, we just need to make sure that all these little tabs line up properly with the lower part of the fairing. Obviously on the earlier model, the 21 to 23, the fairing goes on as two separate halves. So we're going to start with the back of this one and just slide it over the back of the bike. So again, the next few steps up until we get the battery connected only relate to the 24 onwards model. Re-engage the clips from the rear fairing onto the side panels on both sides of the bike. Reset the push pin by pushing the centre of the pin all the way outwards. You can then install the push pins on either side of the battery box. Reinstall the battery, fitting the positive terminal first, followed by the negative terminal. Refit the 2 push pins located underneath the toolkit storage. And then replace the toolkit itself. Now that we have most of the bike reassembled, we're going to do a quick safety check. This counts for both bikes, the 21 and the 24 Plus. Take your key, put it in the ignition and turn on the ignition. Just check that your number plate light is lit up correctly, and then make a quick check that your indicators are operating on the correct sides. Now, I also, just while we're here, like to always check the back brake, just for safety's sake. If you find that your indicators are working on the incorrect sides, the easy fix is to swap the blue and the orange connector over. And if your number plate light isn't working, try swapping the 2 wires on that link wire. That should fix your problem. We can continue on with the install. Now, if you've got the 21 to 23, on your side fairings, you still need to refit the 2 push pins on the lower side of either panel. We can now refit the 4 bolts bolting on the top fairing using our 5mm Allen key. Followed by the rider's seat. The last 2 pieces to fit are your pillion seat, your number plate, and we're all done. Hopefully this video has helped you with a trouble-free install. If you haven't yet purchased this product and you'd like to, come visit us at mustardbikes.com. We make a whole range of tail tidies for a whole range of bikes. Don't forget to tag us on your Instagram pictures, get in touch with us on Facebook and comment below. We love hearing from our customers. Thanks for watching, until next time.